Alrighty, I think we're going live now. I'm having to use my desktop mouse, so I'm kind of having to be away from everything real quick while I get that set. Well, welcome back. We're on Wednesday Small Project Night. Alright, I think that's going now. Yeah, my this new wireless mouse has just been giving me all kinds of issues. Started a couple minutes late, I think, because it just did not want to connect for nothing. So I finally gave up. I'm like, I'm not going to spend 5 more minutes working on this. So we're going to go ahead and get started tonight. Small project night. We're going to work on a weave called Oops. It's a European Born 1 Unbalanced. I've actually tried this weave 2 other times before. And today, I was actually debating on working on this or going with the inlay, because I'm getting very close to being done on the inlay. But I was like, no. And so I did spend a couple hours today looking up this weave a little more so I could kind of figure out how it got started. 99% of the time I could figure it out from a picture. This one was just giving me a booger. I mean, I could kind of figure it. And once I was doing some looking up and everything on it, I found out easier way of starting it, and once I figured out the start, the rest of it was no problem. It's like, well, this was simple. Why didn't I just think about starting it that way before? So basically just starts with the European Born 1, a basic setup, and then you kind of work off that and pull it off once you get going. So we're going to go ahead and get on into it tonight. Let's see here. I believe everything's open and going well. So I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. Decent, middle of the week thing. Pull a few of these into the middle here, so try to stay in camera. Got to remember I'm a little closer today than I normally am. Well, at least for the inlay project. I've got it as full out as I can. And close to it. I just actually pushed it up out of the way today because it's like I want to be able to pull it out. I'm probably going to pull it right back out after I do the stream tonight to get on it, because I've got 8 more lines left on it to do. So I'm hoping I can work on a little bit more tonight, some tomorrow, and get very close to finishing up by tomorrow's stream. I'd like to finish it up during the stream tomorrow. We'll see how that works. And then I do plan on coming back on Saturday with showing it. Probably won't be a long stream on Saturday, just to kind of show it off, show off the video, as I should be able to work up the time lapse of that and get some posts made of it and everything by Saturday. I'm hoping I'll actually get all that done on Friday, so then Saturday I can just kind of midday come out and kind of post all that stuff to my normal places. My pages and other places, so alright. So like I said, this is basically, we're just starting this as a basic Born 1 weave, European Born 1, and then we'll kind of work off of that. Oh, that one's a miscut ring. And I'm gonna make it a rainbow color. I guess it's probably not all viewable in my video here. Hopefully Facebook's, it looks like Facebook is kind of glitching on me, but the others seem to be working okay. Real quick though, one reason my stream on Twitch doesn't seem to be moving. It should be going, so that's a little strange. Still saying 0 minutes working. Facebook is glitching. But my program's saying everything's going good, so I'm unsure what the problem is. We'll give it a minute or two to try to get this section going, and then I might stand up and go tweak around with it for a second and see if I can figure that out. Okay, let me get this the right way, at least my way that I like to go. Alrighty. Hopefully I'm gotta make sure I stay in camera here. 2 more. But we're going to do a rainbow version of it. Again, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to look. I just hadn't done a rainbow in a while, so I was like, I'm going to go ahead and pull those colors out, and we'll just do a rainbow version tonight and see how it goes. And I mean, you'll see once we get a little into this, it's kind of a neat looking weave in a way. It's not super different or anything, but it's kind of cool looking, and I could see how you could do some different color combinations and shading to it and stuff, but that's why I figured, we'll just go with the rainbow style and go from there. I probably won't do another version tonight. I will here in the next couple days, though, so I can get a better time. And again, we'll see. Every time I do one on the stream, I'm not really... Oops, I forgot to put rings on there. Oh, I'll put them on separate. My links can be off a little bit, depending. I try to do guesstimates, and sometimes I'm pretty close, sometimes a little off, so... I'll do another one here, like I said, in a couple days, next couple days. Normally I work on another one right after the stream to get a better idea of time and ring counts and all that. Sometimes 2 or 3, it just depends. But tonight I want to get back into doing the inlay and get that finished up. Alright, we'll go one more. It's not really a wide bracelet per se. A little more rings than usual when you're a skinnier version. And what's nice about this, I forgot to put more on, oh well. It can be turned into a sheet easy. I mean, the pictures I was seeing that I was trying to work off of was sheet based anyway, so and when I say a sheet, it's just like a full big thing instead of being more of a bracelet style where it's a weave that just works down in one form, and you can attach it in ways to others, but this one, would be more of the weave instead of it being an attachment to the weave. So that'll be interesting. I've thought about other things I can do with it, but I need to figure out the weave first, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I'm kind of looking over again. My YouTube is going great. Now it looks... I'm getting a time on my Twitch, but the video is still from the very start, so I don't know what's up with that. And my Facebook is just keeps pausing out real bad. So I'm not sure if it's coming through good enough for viewing or not. My YouTube, I'm kind of moving real quick to see. My YouTube is... wait for it to catch up. It looks a little glitchy, but not bad. Not like the other. It's just streaming issues, like always. So that's kind of our start. That's about how wide it'll be, and we're going to add this way. And I'm using black eye to start with, because that's I'm going to make my ends just on the black eye side, and then we'll use color in between here. And I just wanted to kind of have this so if I need to shrink it or something else, I could always pull out the black eyes. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll see how it works out. Like I said, being something new till you do it and kind of figure it out and try it. Not sure how to go, but alright, so then it's a 3. Because normally you have one ring going through 4, and it is kind of that way. It still does go through 4, but it's 3 on one side and 1 on the other instead of being 2 and 2 evened. That's why I guess it's called unbalanced. Like I said, I could kind of figure this part out, but I couldn't get it started like that. And then I did have a trial piece. Where did I put that? I did about 4 rows after the start just to kind of get the basic idea. So I kind of understood where it was going, just because, like I said, it's something new, something different. Okay, we're kind of flopping around here in the wrong ways. Gotta make sure get them going the right. Alright, that one comes out. Alright, there we go. I guess it does shrink up a little bit once you start doing your... Since you're going 3 into 1 there. Yeah. Facebook seems to kind of be catching up a little bit now. It still seems a little honky, a little jerky. So hopefully it'll... like I said, my software is giving me 0 things. I'm having no problems with my upload, so any issues I'm having is going to be with Facebook doing its thing. Hey Sean, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, you'll have to come back tomorrow night and check out. I'm about done with the inlay. I'm hoping to get it to a point I can finish it tomorrow on the stream. If not, it'll be done tomorrow night at some point probably. But hoping you're having a good day. That's Sean over at Mailworks. I keep plugging away at his stuff if you're into wanting to look at some chainmail printed stuff. Alright, now... Alright, where'd the other ring go? There it is. It flipped under on me. Flip back over. Alright. Take a little bit till it gets a little more stabilization into it, I guess. I guess it won't be super stable, but... Get the basic idea. Video's clear there. Well, that's good then. I'm glad it's working for you. Mine is looking just everything crazy right now. My Twitch is not even showing me. It's just showing the opening video right there. It's not even showing anything right now, so glad it's working. And I'm glad the let's see here, I gotta go one on the bottom. Comments are working too. Since they did all this Facebook changing, I've kind of had to rethink how I view my stuff now. So I'm glad it's working. Hopefully I'm in camera view. I got to try to remember to stay up over here. Gotten so used to doing mostly working on that inlay the last several days, so we're going to start going into some colors now. Probably just going to go one row of each color and just kind of keep going down the line that way and make sure everything's working right. Yeah, I'm getting a time on my Twitch, but it's not showing any updated video. Again, it could just be me. If Facebook is showing me having problems, but it's working for y'all. Who knows? Alright, come on through there. Yeah, I was glad to see you back on streaming last night, Sean. It makes my night more pleasant, I should say. I like watching other streams. Need to find some more just so I got something to watch during the day. I haven't really found many people streaming during the day though, so. Alright, another. And hopefully we don't have to end early tonight. We'll just kind of we're playing that by ear right now. The wife's not feeling all that great and unsure what she wants to do, but we're hoping everything will get better for her and won't have to take her anywhere tonight, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, if I need to shut down early for that, I will. Hoping, you know, it's nothing major and won't have to worry about it for tomorrow's stream. Alright, so we got our 5 there. So let me kind of show you. We'll start seeing more of the ziggy-zaggy pattern of the oops pattern once we get a little further into it here. Get some more colors built in anyway. I was like, I didn't want to do it all in one single color because it'd be harder to see it. That's why I figured we'll just go with rainbow tonight. I'm on my phone, so it might not be that way on the computer. Well, yeah, I normally have more issues with a phone though. Phones give me more issues than computers, it seems like. But hopefully, I mean, I'll watch the video again later tonight probably, and hopefully, I don't know, but like I was talking to, that ring's messed up too. I think it was Josh's stream the other day over Bracken Mails with his going in and out. It's like, you know, I think it's starting to be more of a Facebook problem because I keep checking everything on my end and never really having any issues like tonight. I'm not having any frame rate drop at all tonight, so that's kind of good. I know it's not my problem right now anyway. Alright. But I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. Not really much going on today. I worked on my inlay this morning for, well, several hours this morning, trying to get it kind of going because I'm like, I'm getting so close. And then I didn't even think about last night working on and what I was going to work on today, so then I had to spend a few hours today trying to figure out what I wanted to do today for a small project. I was about ready to do elf weave. I've done it before though, and that was like, I really want to do something new. Sometimes they're not like spectacular new, but they are new, so. And I like doing all the new stuff is definitely giving me more thoughts and ideas on other things. Might not be that specific weave or a variant of the weave that I could use in something else, because I've got several ideas I want to do for wall hanging dream catcher style things now with some of these newer weaves that I've been doing here lately. Okay, yeah, now I'm seeing stream. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you missed streaming. Yeah, I missed having you there. That was, it's kind of my go-to after I did my stream anymore. It's like, yeah, I can go there, watch some, listen to it while I am working. Glad to have you back there, though, that's for sure. Oh, okay. Oh, there's John. Hey, John, good to see you tonight. Glad to see you tonight. Not having any problems with your video there, too, so I guess it's just me viewing my own video. So that's a good thing, I guess. And I am seeing comments tonight, which is also nice. And I did get a quick response from Facebook saying that I was live tonight compared to some nights. So overall, I guess it's going to be a halfway decent night on the streaming side. We'll see. Hopefully it'll stay that way for the rest of the night. Just make another quick look there. Everything seems to be going okie dokie. Alright, we'll see. I'll find out more, like I said, when I get done. I normally do watch my stream and compare it to the video I'm recording, because I record everything too. I'm starting to fill up hard drive after hard drive now of video stuff. I've got, 40 hours of my inlay going, and I'm taking up a good chunk of hard drive space right now. But it'll be, like I said, done this weekend for sure. Then I'll have to start figuring out what one I want to do next. Alright, so let me kind of give it a lay down. You can kind of start seeing the ziggy-zaggy. I don't know if I can see it from that far away. That's why I need to get a closer camera, but we'll put this up closer if we can see it decent enough. And we'll get some greens here. Hopefully it comes out alright there. Hammers aren't bad, but I mean, they are getting to be pretty old. The first one I ever got here I've had for a good 10 years now. And I've got 3 others like it, or 2 others like it. I've got a total of 3 of these cameras that I use from my band events. But they've been doing a pretty decent job for me for the streaming. One day I'll get updated and, have 4K stuff, but we'll... Thinking about bringing out a large inlay soon yourself, Sean? Cool, cool. I definitely dig doing the inlays. I have some fun with those, and you can have some leeway with them, and it can take a little bit of time getting them prepped and ready to start doing them, but once you get into them, take a little while. Like I said, I think I'm about 41-ish hours, 42-ish hours on mine right now. Hopefully we'll be done with it tomorrow. Well, now my comments aren't streaming up, so I can't see any new ones. That kind of sucks. I have to use the mouse, but that means I gotta go over to the desktop, because this mouse just does not want to connect with me for nothing today. Well, now it does. After all that, it starts working. Really? Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. Looks good. So I only missed the one comment. What did I do here? I'll put that one in the wrong spot. Hate it when I do that. And these greens closing up really good. I can't really, there it is. Couldn't really find the opening on it for a second. Alright, come on, rings. I did the same thing on my upper one there, didn't I? Yeah, sure did. Put it in the wrong spot. That's just an oops to go along with the oops, I guess. And we'll go ahead and get this middle one put in before I go fix that top one. This is color 4, so I only got 2 more colors for the first repeat. Probably had to repeat it, oh, I would say probably 5-6 times by the time we're done to get to the length we're going to need. We'll do this first color and I'll go ahead and pull off that first part of 4 and 1. And yeah, I got a clasp out already, good. Wasn't sure if I did or not, so. Sean, like I said, if you go check out his website at Mailworks, he's on Facebook and everything. He's got some cool printed chainmail stuff. I've said it 100 times. I've been going there all the time, and I keep putting stuff in my cart and removing stuff. It's like I want everything, but then the total gets insane. He's got puzzles and shoes and all kinds of blankets and shirts and just cool stuff. I would love to have, you know, 1 or 3 of everything he's got. And he just keeps adding to it, which drives me more nuts, right? More stuff I want and can't get right now. Are you gonna be streaming tonight, Sean? Hopefully I'll get back to soon with new designs. Yeah. Well, you got quite a few that I already like too. You start adding more to it, you know. Well, I need to make sure I come the right way this time, so don't screw that up. Alright, that's 3, 4, so just the bottom. Kind of going in a different order every row. Not paying attention per se, but cool, cool. Hopefully I'll stick around till 9 and then switch over to yours. I can add the links in there. Just kind of depends on how long this thing takes us, and if I have any other issues I need to, you know, if the wife needs me to come up, hopefully, you know, she's alright for a while. She's just, you know, nothing super major, but she's had, you know, health issues for years, so do what I can. 1, 2, and 3, and under that one. I'm digging this newer purple TRL's gotten in a way. Still don't like some of their stuff, but their old purple I just did not care for at all. And they made a change of, I guess, probably been a couple years now. Keep forgetting I've been doing this for a while with getting colors. I mean, I've been doing it for years and years with just regular stuff, but with anodized aluminum, I've kind of only been working in it for about 6-7 years now, so. Hope she feels better. Health issues suck to go through. Yeah. Now she's got pretty much, you know, issues that will never go away. But right now she's just having some minor issues, and she doesn't know if she wants to go to the hospital yet. Not her for it, because sometimes she ends up going there and they really don't do anything for her. So, all right, well, that's the first group of colors there. We're going to go ahead and continue on out. I'll go another group of coloring, and then we'll take out that starter part and put our clasp on it. I wonder where I need to be if I zoom in on that some more. I can try to stay more up in here. You can see it better with the color, the little paper background. I was asked about the paper actually. When I first put my topper on this is the clear plastic thing. It was just black underneath it, and I was working on doing my business cards, and I wanted to see what the logo would look like bigger. So I ended up printing it out, and then I was like, well, now what am I going to do with this? So I just shoved it under here, and as soon as I shoved it under, I was like, hey, At one point it was more over to the side. And then I started putting, I've got my ring charts from multiple different companies that I order from, and some little notes here and there for certain things that I do, some conversion charts, and actually started working out pretty well. And then when I started doing the streaming, I put this in the center and try to keep within it. And almost, though, want to pull it out and put just a white piece of paper there so it's a better contrast for viewing on the camera, but, you know, it's got the business name on it, so hopefully I'm staying in the side here. I guess that was one thing that would help if I had an angled camera coming in. It'd be a little easier to stay within the framework. That's not super hard weave to do now that I figured it out. It's about like every weave, though. Once you kind of learn it and do it a few times, it's like it's stuck, you know. You won't really forget. Sometimes I might need a quick reminder if I've got a piece of it and I look at it going, oh yeah, okay, yeah. There are a few pieces, though, I do look back at my notes because they just kind of help put that reminder in your head. There's a few weaves that once I see my little notes that I've made on that weave, it's like, oh yeah, duh, why did I forget that? There are just so many different weaves out there. And that's why I like Wednesday night. Make one with a square outside the frame, but logo in the corner to change to. Yeah, well, I'm thinking about changing up the program a little bit too. I've learned more about OBS here recently, and I'm thinking about changing up some things there. Like I said, I'm going to be doing my system reboot here soon on my computer, and I didn't want to make too many hesitant changes till I get that all done and get it all working. Though I will say I haven't had a blue screen in 3 or 4 days now, which I don't know why. I was having blue screens every day for 3-4 weeks, and it's like, man. And then all of a sudden they just stopped and went away. I mean, I like it and I'll take it, but still going to do the reboot on the system. It's one of the other reasons why I want to get the inlay done, so I can get all that video taken care of before I do that. Alright, oops, dropping it. There's 2. We'll do center. So like 3 and boy, I just cannot talk sometimes, you know that? 3 in 1 kinda, and then you put in a couple singles and then go to the next row. So here's a pretty simple once I finally figured out the start. I do like it. I can kind of see a few different versions in my head of different colorations I could do for it. And then I'll probably go do a welded stainless steel one here next couple weeks. I'm going to pull out the welder and get some welding stuff done that I've been wanting to do for a while. Don't know if I'll stream with that or not, but we'll see how it goes and go from there. Double check here, yeah, I don't know why the Twitch is saying I'm in a session of almost 30 minutes, but it's still on the very opening frame. So hopefully if you're on Twitch and it's not working right, I have to apologize. I don't know why it's not. It's showing me going live, but it's just not showing me video live. YouTube looks good too, though, so you can find us on all those places: YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Got all those ideas from Sean too. Watch his stream enough, you know. He's giving me all kinds of ideas and thoughts, and well, actually sent, you know, business my way, so I have to thank him for that too. Gave me the inspiration to do some other stuff. I still want to do his little, what did he call it, the turd? Kind of just a single piece that wraps around itself, and it was really cool. I always think about it. Keep telling the wife, I need to make the turd. I need to make the turd. I'm gonna clip some more 12G and make more horn one from it. Cool. Yeah, don't have any 12G. I guess I do. I've got some pre-made 12G. I don't have any 12G wire myself, so I haven't bought any of it yet. 5. I already got 5. I do like working in it. That's normally you know, it makes a nice beefy cross is what I normally use. My colored ones that I get of my 12G of the colored aluminum, anodized aluminum, whatever you want to call it. That's why I got what I could of it, because I was down to, I think, 1 cross left after our last event, so I need to get some more and get some more of those done. Probably do those. I might try some of those maybe next weekend or next Wednesday, since I need to do a little something. It wouldn't be a new thing. I guess it will depend on if I find a new one that I want to do. Like I said, I do have a big old list of new ones I want to do, but making sure I've been having to look at what size they call for in those weaves, because sometimes I don't have it. And I got a pretty good selection of ring sizes and stuff, but sometimes they're a little off, and sometimes trying to change it doesn't really work. I've gotten several little chunks of stuff that I've tried to do, but just didn't have the ring size that they called for. And, you know, I haven't done anything to the jelly cube in a couple weeks. I guess it was about a week and a half ago was the last time I did any on it, so I want to get some more jelly cube work done. Alright, 5 of those, yeah. The new mandrel, it's a smidge larger. Gotta find a new one. Yeah, I've got my stainless and wire in 18 and 16 gauge. And I guess I got some 20 gauge too. I just haven't made up any. Actually bought it and never used it for anything yet. It's still sitting in it. It was a small roll though. Most of my other rolls are the 20, 50 pounders of stuff. The other, so smaller ones I put in a little cabinet, and I keep forgetting they're in there. I just constantly grab the other, the 16 or the 18 gauge. But that's normally what I've been working with here lately, so. Want to do more, but I am going to have to get some of my bronze coiled up, so I can get bronze and silver, or I guess it'd be bright aluminum, is what I'm going to do the chessboard out of, that I want to start getting on, so I need to start getting that stuff coiled up. Been putting it off, but now with this inlay coming to an end, I've got, like I said, the other pieces that I know what I want to do. It's just which one do I want to do first, and I got to make sure I can find the right colors. I know last time I went and checked my shiny blue, which I'm working with here, but this is all I've got left. I don't have a whole lot left. And they've been out for a little bit. Thought about ordering from another place for it, but it's like, I want to see it before I decide to buy, several, bags of it, if the color's not going to work the way I want. Elf weave side with the patch from last night. I'm going to make larger and see if you can elf weave the triangles like white patches. 2 shirts myself before I think about inlay work, so daunting. Yeah, I've seen your dice bag that you did last night this morning, real quick before I started getting into doing mine. And when I started working on the inlay this morning, I really didn't get on Facebook for quite a while after that. And unless it dung at me for some reason, if I got a message or something like that, I'd go check. But otherwise, I was just wanting to work it so I can get it. Like I said, I think I've got 8 more lines left. And these lines will be a little quicker because there's a lot less ring counting, because most of it's just white, red. It starts with some red and some white, and a little bit of red and a little bit of background. So it goes along a lot quicker than than what it was when I was constantly changing. Every other ring was a different color. That's a little daunting for sure. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 2 more. And we'll go ahead and pull out that after this one. Pull out the starter and get my clasp in there so I can start getting a good measurement on it and deciding how long I want to make this. Just a band of horn one triangles, 3 rings off the bottom and joined all bottom style. Yeah, I've made several dice bags, but I've just kind of gone standard with them. I've been wanting to do a dragon scale dice bag, but I know it's just going to be such a big ring hog. I'll probably do one first in just bright aluminum, since I can make that up myself and have it on hand with easy enough before I decide on getting colored stuff for it. So alrighty, so that's kind of how that's going to look. I kind of like the look of the color mixed in there. Let me move this up a little bit and see if I can zoom in the camera just for a few. Zoom tight. There we go. We can get pretty close to it right in there. I would hate to try to keep my hands in that little area though. Alright, Sean, thanks for stopping in and saying hey. It's good to see you, and I'm sure I'll see you later tonight too once I get done. And if you go live, I will be there. I'm always there. But you have a good night, and we'll see you later. Go ahead and back this back on out here. Alright, we'll go about right in there. If I can stay up over the box area. We're going to pull this part. Beginning part out here. I wanted to have one row of it, so that's the one row we'll take out from there back. Might go out of camera frame while I try to find my ends, since I'm so close to it, or so far away from it. I can't really see it all that great. To pull them apart, and then I'm just going to kind of graduate it down. I'm probably going to go, having 5 here, I'll probably do, since it's like these others, you're going 3 and 1, I'll probably go 3 and 3, have 2 rings and a single, and then my clasp. It's more than likely. We'll see how it plays out. But I do want to get the clasp added in there real quick before we go too far, so get decent length measurement on it. Oh, come on, let go, ring. Gotta make sure I pull out the correct ring. Alright, where you at? Finding that closure, boy. You know, I like, in a way, having a problem finding the closure. Means it's a good closure, right? Alright, 2 more here. And I'm going to pull a little closer. It'll be a little quicker than trying to find it the other way. Come on out of there. And, you know, the more I try this, I might try without starting it with the starter 4-in-1 piece. I might be able to figure it out after I've done it a few times. Like I said, just never was able to get the... I'm pulling out the wrong ones. Dang it. Oh, come on, get off there. I pulled off... What did I do? That's a 3, but that should be... Oh man, I can't believe I did that. Now, because this one should be... Yeah, let me go ahead. I think it's part of being the 4-in-1, maybe. We'll see. I don't know what I did. Pulling out that wrong one, I guess. First, because none of these are... There's a 3. So this one's a single. That's the one I want to leave. This one needs to go through 3. For some reason, it was only through 2. So we'll fix that. 1, 2, and 3 this way, right? Yeah. We hope that's right. Well, it's a good AR for jelly cubes I've been making. I think mine's running at 2.8 AR. It might be closer to 3. I forget right off. I know I'm using 18 gauge 1/8 inch rings. That's what I've been making up anyway. I've made up a ton. Oh, dang it. I did it again. Eventually I'm going to do some stainless steel that way. Give me your ring. Because I want to do a stainless steel jelly cube too, but I just kind of keep working on making the current jelly cube a little bit bigger. It's getting up Forget, well, I've added on since the last time I weighed it. We were at almost 3 ounces. We were at like, it was flipping back and forth from 3 ounces to 2.15 or whatever it is. It was flipping back and forth on me when I was doing it the last time. Okay, that one's going through the wrong one. At least in bright aluminum. I mean, 3 ounces wouldn't be very big in stainless, but... okay, there's... Okay. Got those 3 and 3. Let me get this guy in here. Thought I was going to do 2, but I think I'm going to go with 3. And then we'll go 2, and then single for the... Tried with the same ones I did the JPL. 14 gauge, but can't get 4 rings into one. How long is... Well, yeah, I guess you got to have it a little loose to get the jelliness to it. Because you get too tight. When you get 4 in there that's just perfectly tight, then you'll get more of a structural piece. Let's see, can I grab it real quick? Yeah. Because that's where we're at on that one. Starting to get some size to it. What are we ranging here? About almost 2 inches, about 1 3/4, 7/8. Right in there's the size I'm at now. And like I said, it probably is a little bit over 3 ounces. Now, since I've added almost, let's see, I've added almost a full layer on it since I weighed it last. So it's getting there. Alright, then we'll do 2 and 2, and then a 1 into our clasp. And I could change this up too. For now, this is what I'm doing with it. I might redesign how to put a closure on it, because everything I kept finding was more of a sheet form of it, so I don't know how I really want to put my clasp on per se. So I'm kind of playing with that as we go, because I still got 5 there. Starts 5, then down to 3, then 2 and 1. It's not too bad. We'll see how it lays down once I get clasp with a little more length into it. Like I said, I'm using black ice for my ends on it because it just matches the clasp a little better. Use stainless steel clasps. So it's a little bunchy. Maybe if I pull out that one and just go 2, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and do that real quick and see what it looks like. I can add it back in if I don't like it. Alright, there it is. See if that helps it lay a little bit better. A bit, yeah. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think we'll just go with that for now. Like I said, I might change that up a little later. We'll get back into doing some coloring here. Hoping to go with a larger 12G to make a nice juggling size. With a 3x3 versus 5x. Yeah. Well, that is one thing I need to sit down and calculate what size ring I would need if I went, instead of 18 gauge, go to 16 gauge. And then see what I would need for 14 or 12, because I would like to build them in different sizes. And I've thought about it. I've got the rings that I need also if I was to go down to 20 gauge. I do have colored rings in that. I don't have any bright silver or bright aluminum yet for that. I do have the wire for it. I just need to coil some up, but I'm like, well, I'm working on this one right now. And that one's got a cut in the ring too. Goodbye, ring. Go in the junk pile. Because I'd like to have a couple different sizes. I mean, my square ones came out pretty good too. Square was 5/32. Square, I believe it was 18 gauge still. Yeah, it had to be, because I don't think they have 5/32 in 16 gauge. And anodized anyway. But it doesn't feel as smooth, but it still does the same kind of tweaking, so I kind of like it in a way. A little larger in a 5x5 than the round rings, obviously, but I made up a couple of those in Chiefs colors, and want to make up a few other colors so I can kind of show them off too, but I just keep getting busy with so much of this other stuff I want to do. Never enough time in the day. Never enough time in the day. I work off the math and buy rings and never get what the math should be, so I end up making rings myself a lot. Anodizing titanium is pretty fun. I anodize my own titanium and niobium. Do a lot. I work more probably within the niobium, more so because I make my own earrings, my ear hooks, and that's what I use for my ear hooks. So I am bending it a lot to make the ear hooks, but they're both good, and anodizing is pretty fun. It was actually fairly inexpensive to get into. I was kind of surprised. I mean, I bought my anodizer not from TRL though. I did find another one that I liked better, another place. I think I've said it before. I got it from actually it was a piercing website. They sell a bunch of standard, studs and stuff like that for doing piercings, and then they had that where you could colorize your own and had the same stats, if not a little bit better than what TRL had said had on theirs. So that's what I ended up going with. Haven't had no problem with it though. Definitely a little more lengthy of a process to do it all, but if you like you're working with stainless or something and you need a certain size and then you want a certain color, it's kind of nice to have that option. And that's why I got it, in case custom orders, somebody wanted something like that, and it's like, yeah, I can do it, no problem. I don't have to worry about somebody being out of stock of the colors that I need, and etc. Yeah. So I got Sparkle Saw. TR for years, but the cost, yeah. So when Amazon had for $200, I had to go get one. Yeah. Yeah. The only thing they don't have it anymore on TRL, and that kind of, I'm trying to figure out how I can go about getting the large welder thing that they had, where I could do bigger metals and rings. They had it there for years, and it was pretty expensive, and I just kept putting it off, and now they don't have it, and it's not something I can find anywhere else. So it's like, what am I going to do? I mean, my current welder does okay with up to 16G, but on 16G I do have to put 2 welds on it, it seems like, to get a nice penetration all the way through. Do one on each side, and it holds up. I haven't had any problems with them holding up after that, but I'd much rather have the other one they had to get better single welds quicker. Yeah, I'd like to be able to do 16G in one shot. It gets somewhat close. What I end up doing, since I was going to do them on both sides, I end up turning it down just a bit and doing the 2 sides. And once you get it cleaned up, you really can't even notice. So that's what I've been sticking with. But I haven't done a whole lot, like I said, of the welding here lately. With the year off, basically. I mean, I've still been doing stuff, but with the pandemic, not having events and all that, I have put off doing some things just because it's like, we're not going anywhere. Now with the streaming, though, and kind of keeping up on more things a little more, they're coming back into light, just so I don't want to make up so much stuff that I can't turn around and sell it. Like I said, when I set up an event, I've got a ton of stuff for events. It's, almost, if I go and get a 20 by 10 area in an event, I can easily fill it. When I get it set up in a 10 by 10, sometimes I do have to leave some stuff behind, because to fit all my lampshades and now working up, I've got the jersey, I'm going to have these other inlays, and I'm going to be running out of more room, so might have to start sticking with bigger booths here a little more often. Hate doing that just because they cost more to rent them out, but it is what it is. I won't do less 16. His sparkle will go to waste, yeah. Modding a TIG with a different gas, and gun and gas feed, sweet. Yeah, I haven't. I do. I mean, I've got a full size welder per se too. That I will say I'm a little nervous on the larger welding stuff. But the more I do it, about like anything, at one point in time back in school, and table saw frightened the shit out of me. But after using it a little bit now, I just pick up table saw, no biggie. It's about like anything, a little nervous at first, and you don't want to kill yourself, maim yourself. Oh, can't just open the door. I have to go shut that because it's going to be too hot. It's not super hot today like we had last week, so that's good, but it's still too warm to have it open, and it's always harder in a way to cool down the basement. It's a walkout basement, so get this one closed. I'll take a quick step away to go close that. Kind of put that in there. I gotta make sure I get up higher here. That's why I need a better setup to sit at. Because I do have to kind of sit a bit away from the desk as is, just because there's really no leg room underneath me. You guys let in a fly too. Thank you. You have several friends that are into certified welders, and I did electric 110 house electronics and tech school, so it's normal to play around. Yeah, I've never liked AC power. You give me DC power, I used to race RC cars and stuff, and I mean that's kind of low voltage and stuff. But basically anything DC powered, I have no problem with. Doesn't freak me out. But it's actually part of that was when I was in high school. The wife's, because we met in high school. Her dad used to flip houses, and I used to go and help him out and stuff. And when it came to electronic stuff, he'd sit there and work on it, but oh man, he kept electrocuting himself left and right. I was like, and I just kind of was like, Now I have been doing it more and more since we've bought our own house. I have been kind of playing in AC, electric more and more, getting a little more comfortable with it. But he's the one that kind of taught me how to weld too. He was a welder at one of the steel plants here in town. So he did teach me how to weld. Alright, on the blues. I must not shut the door all the way because it's open again. Alright guys. Shut all the way for now. You gotta have to wait till I'm done with the stream because I'm not gonna bite you. Where are we at anyway? 52 minutes in, so still got a little while. Yeah, but I don't want that door open for another half an hour. It only takes like 5 minutes. You can start feeling the heat already rolling in. At least it faces away. It faces to the east, so it's not too bad at night. But in the morning, it can get warm down here because, like I said, it's kind of a big door with glass all the way through it, so the light just shines in, heats everything up in the mornings. And there's a vent down here for air conditioning, but it's just hot. Go to the other half of the basement where there's no doors and no windows and stuff. It's nice and cool over there. That's where I'd eventually like to set up my streaming area. I could set up a bigger desk. Right now it's kind of holding my supplies for events and halfway, and then the other half is kind of set up for the grandkids, though they don't play down there very often because I normally have it as a mess. Going through all my stuff. Well, I keep adding to it, like with all my laser stuff. I now have a... Alright, John. Just now catching it. Sorry if I missed it. You take care. You have a good night at work. Be safe. But adding all the laser stuff into it, I've now got 2 shelves over there that I've got tumblers and cutting boards and all my acrylic stuff for doing acrylic. So I keep overtaking more and more of that area. That's why I need to get a garage built out back. Now, I probably wouldn't do much of this kind of work, but I'd put all my coiling stuff out there. I'd be able to put out my table saw and band saw and drill press and all that and get it out there and start giving me more room in here to do things with. Which would be nice, and one day hopefully that will happen. Hopefully not too much longer, because I am getting older. Like I said, I will be 50 this year, so I'm getting up there in the agey. Yeah, I'm just now checking again. I'm not seeing any movement in my Twitch. It's kind of a bummer, but according to OBS, Twitch is running at 30 frames per second, so should be fine, but I'm just not seeing anything in the video. But we're too far along now that I'm not going to try to stop and see what's kind of going on and reset, because it's like take too long to kind of go through all that when I'm already down to roughly about a half an hour till we end tonight. So where are we at in this? We're 2-3 colored chunks, so we'll measure after I get this purple in and see what our length is. I would imagine I probably need to stop this at roughly just, probably right at around 8. It'll probably come out just over 8 on the sizer. Yeah, maybe a little shorter, because I'll be adding a row of, oh, that's what I did there. I was supposed to have a row of black ice before, oh well, we'll just go with that. We'll end it at that, see where we're at, and that'll help me with the next version, I guess. It'll give me a better guide for the next version. So where are we measured at here? We're at about 6. Each color combo is about 1.5 inches, so this will add another one to this should take me out to close near 7.5. I might stop it after that, I guess, because if I go another row, I think I'm going to be way over 8, and without adding my black ice starter area on that, we'll kind of change up that, so yeah. And that's what I want to do. I might need to actually add 2 of those on each side to give me a better, proper evenness on both sides, where I could take out one if I needed to for sizing purposes. Like I said, I try to go at least 8, if not a little over 8 on my stuff anymore, and then it's much easier to pull it out at events than put it in at events. So I'll take that into consideration with the next one I build. Probably just going to do a 2-color version on my next one. My little test piece was actually sky blue and yellow, and I'll probably just continue on with doing that on the test piece. I was going to work more on it, but it was like, it's getting close to the stream time, and then I had to, setting up for a stream. Like I said, it's not difficult, but it can take a little bit of time, so I wanted to get everything out for tonight, being I needed 6 colors out instead of just 2 or a single. Or if I'm doing the inlay where I've got 13. So won't need a whole lot more rings really. I'll just go one more colored section. I'll do this out to purple, and then we'll probably go ahead and put the closing end on it and call her done. Till, like I said, over the next few days I'll get another version done so I can get a better time count and all that on it. Can't really get a good time count when doing a streaming. I'm jabbering, showing other stuff, doing this, doing that. But I want to thank everybody again for dropping in. It was good to see Sean back on tonight. John's always a good guy to see come on. I like, he does some streaming too on his personal page. But I don't really catch a lot of it live because he does it in the mornings after he's done with his job. So I don't catch a lot of it, but I do watch it later, so. It's always good to have people come back and join us and, stop in and have some fun. Ask some questions if you want. Jibber jabber about whatever. Oh, this fly's about to drive me nuts. He's hitting me. It's like he's mad at me or something. I didn't do it. You came in on your own. It's the cat's fault. Go pick on them. Oh, other way. That's what I was doing last time. I keep going the wrong way for some reason on these on the two end colors. Man, I swear. I guess when I don't do a whole lot of talking during the day and then start talking in a stream, I just can't talk. I forget how to talk. Well, not having events for so long. And chat with the wife and daughter and stuff, but you know, I do spend a lot of time down in here working on my chainmail stuff. Most of my talking's to myself, just calling myself stupid because I did something stupid. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. I kind of like how it zigzags back and forth. I could probably go in an odd or diagonals. Could go in straight lines and mix up the color. I could see several different ways of doing it. Oh, I'm going to grab a drink real quick before I start this next color. I forgot to move it over next to me. Yeah, I sat there for almost 10 minutes trying to get that mouse to work earlier, and then it popped on without a problem here just a minute ago. Now it's off again, so we'll see what happens when I try to go reactivate it. I need to get me some USB extensions so I can run it better over here. I use my TV as my monitor for this stuff, so that works out alright. But my computer desk is, 10 more feet away from me, so to try to do any of that kind of blows without having wireless, at least. But if I go wired and have a long enough wire, then I won't have to worry about that latency and sometimes deciding not to work. Like I said, when I first started doing this, I tried to run it off laptop, but the laptop was just like, nope, I am not working for you in streaming. I was like, oh man. I tried for, 3-4 days trying to set it up. Could not get it to seem to work right, so I just went over to desktop. I know the desktop would be powerful enough. I built it. A few years old now, but, it's a dual graphics card and quad core, so it pretty much does the job. It's getting older. I mean, there's a lot of things that are out there faster than that now. And if the laptop was a good laptop, it might do it, but, this just is a cheap laptop to be able to do laptop stuff. It can process video. I have taken it with me on trips for like band trips, and I process videos on them so I could post them for the band and parents and stuff that couldn't make it to the event, if it was on a traveling event and stuff. And it does okay there. It takes it a lot longer, obviously, than the desktop, but it does the job. So it just didn't want to do streaming job for me. Needed everything to be direct wired, seemed to help up instead of using the wireless part. So over to the desktop, everything went. Alrighty, 2 more colors here, and then we'll be about done. Close it up with a few black eyes and give it a measure. I don't know, since I didn't put in the starter, I think I'm going to end up just under 8. I'm guessing off of my normal sizing of doing European 4-in-1 on how many links here I wanted to go. It's a little tighter than normal 4-in-1, just because of the way you're going actually 3 in one side. I mean, it's still 4-in-1, but it's off balance, so, pulls it a little bit tighter together, and that's why I wanted to add on the starter piece and an end piece. We'll have to, again, we'll just have to see. Every new evening I'll mark it down in my book, and I'll know what to do for any other times that I need to do it. And I guess we got 2 more colors after this. I thought what was I thinking? Blue and purple still. Blue and purple, it's so weird on camera. Blue and purple kind of mixed together, and you really don't see a difference, but in person you do. It drives me nuts. I don't know why it's like that. It could be just my systems and the way I got my color set up on all those, but even other people's that I've seen take pictures of their stuff, they're like, yeah, this is purple, but it looks blue to me. Again, that could be my system, though. The more I think about it now, maybe it is my systems, the way I have my monitor set up. But even on the TV, it's still that way, and I haven't really messed with TV coloring. Just kind of let it stay the way it was when I got it. Too many options anymore. I miss the old TVs where you just turn them on and they go. all these new TVs now. Just change the color and the balances and blah 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 blah. It's about like when I'm working with graphics sometimes. I put in pictures into graphics and start playing with them. And I'll start clicking on things, and all of a sudden you can't even recognize what you originally started with. It was like, what did I do? How did I don't even know what I'm doing here. And so they had to backtrack. And give me too many options, it's more confusing than just give me a few options. Ready? So this'll, I'd imagine this would probably just take under an hour under normal circumstances, roughly. Because I'm about done here. We're just over an hour now, and I know, there's a few minutes before starting, and then the talking and stopping and getting up and dealing with the cats. All that fun stuff. That's a single there. This fly just keeps bouncing into my leg. Stop it. I have to pull out the electronic fly swatter and squish him. Get him. He seems like he's flying a little slow. I should be able to catch him. Kids got me an electronic fly swatter years ago. I was like, it was almost harder at first, but now I've kind of gotten used to how to swing it to get him. That's what I had an ordeal a few weeks ago. I talked about it. I had a bumblebee come in here, and I don't know if it was the same one. I'm hoping it was the same one because I'd feel bad about stunning the same bumblebee twice, but I had again about 4 or 5 days ago. I had another bumblebee come in here on me, and I was like, I did the same thing, got my little swatter thing out, stunned him enough where I could get him kicked back outside before he started flying again anyway, because it won't kill that big old bumblebee, but it'll stun him long enough for me to get him out of my range, and the door closed again. Other way, dummy. One more, and then we can start doing the closing part. I'm going to measure real quick again to see without the black ice there. Yeah, we're right at 7.5 where I figured we'd be, and it looks like about 3/4 of an inch. It'll take me just over 8 on here, but put it on the actual ring, the bracelet sizer, it'll probably bring it in a bit more. So get back up here in view, dummy. So we're gonna go 2, 2, and 1. That's how we did the clasp side. So that's how we'll do this side. I was going to do silver, but like I said, my clasps are stainless steel, and they are more of a grayish color. So I forgot to actually add the 5th purple on that side. Duh. We'll see what we're doing here. It's definitely going to be a little quicker than I was expecting in a way, but everything on these nights seems to have been that way, other than I think that one we were doing. I forget what one it was now. It was one of the earlier ones. I think it was the ocean waves or something like that. That one took a little longer than I was expecting, but alrighty. Well, no, I had a single on that. What did I do? Alright, I'm gonna have to pull these two out. There's something on my purple there that I missed one ring, but now I see that I have 2 singles up there. So I did something weird. I have a wrong count. Or one flipped over and I didn't notice it. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got 5. Got 1 on that, but I got 2 up here. Oh, it's the middle one. I totally skipped the middle purple. That's what it was. Yeah. Alright, I was like, man, there's just something weird there. Again, at least it was somewhat recent. Didn't miss too much. Real quick here. Come on, mouse. Are you going to wake up this time, or are we going to have to walk over to the laptop, or over to the desktop? Still no reply from Mr. Mouse. Wakey, wakey. I want you to worky. Yeah, it's not going to start back up. That's why I need to do something different with it, because that's going to... It works sometimes, and then other times when I don't want it to work, it'll work, and when I don't care if it's working, it works. That's how it always seems to work out. Isn't that life? I was going to say, I did have a long extension, and when I was first setting up all this up, that I was going to be running most of my stuff through. But once I got it set up and everything, come to find out that cord was not... it was basically bad. I mean, it had some issues. Wasn't doing what it was supposed to all the time. It's kind of like this mouse. It worked sometimes and not others, and it made no sense. And so I hooked up a shorter extension, and that cord had no problem. But it wasn't long enough for what I needed, so I ended up going back and just running longer cords from HDMI cables and all that good jazz. So yeah, so then we got two. What did I do on the other side here? I forgot already. It was 2, and then I went through just a single of each of these, and then a single on the end. That's what I did. Like I said, I might change this up a little bit once I play around with it a little more. I don't want to spend too much time during the stream changing it and pulling it out and trying something different. We're just going to go with this for now. And then we'll kind of, like I said, I'll play with it and see if I decide to go a different way of closing it. I've done that before. Some things I just don't like, and I'll play with it till I find a way I like to end my bracelets. Every bracelet can be a little different at times, depending, so understandable. These are leaning that way, so that one this way. Alright. Just want to make sure I got it in right. So that's basically that. I mean, like I said, this is almost 8 on, this paper's 8.5, so it's actually measuring 8.5. So yeah, it's a little longer than I was expecting actually. Go ahead and clasp her up and add her on to the sizer. And it's definitely a little shorter, probably just a little bit under 8. Kind of gotten used to what size 8 feels like when I put it on my hand like that. Yeah, we're about 7.5. So we lost about 1 inch once we put it on the sizer compared to length. But that's alright. If I would have had one of each of the others, I would have been probably right at about 8 actually, if I would have put in my full row of black ice that I was wanting to do. So I'm going to kind of bring it up here, see if I can get a better view on the camera. If I can figure out which way we're going here. But that's the Oops Unbalanced European 4-in-1. Definitely a lot easier once I figured out the start of it. I think I might like that I wonder if I could get some square stainless steel would be pretty good. I'd probably have to go a little bit larger. I don't think square would work in this size. Probably have to go up to, well, I don't have any square wire that I can make myself, so that kind of blows. But 5/16 square stainless steel might work alright in this weave. So, where are we at here? Hour 15, hour 13, so I got pretty close. I don't really want to start up anything new because by the time I get into it, it'd be time to shut down the stream. So I'll go watch Sean's stream. I actually got to do the cats a little later tonight than he got his shot and stuff. A little late this morning, so I'm going to split the difference tonight, so I'll be able to just... Normally I miss the beginning of his stream just because I'm dealing with the cat after my stream, but I'll be able to watch the start of his stream tonight, so that'd be a good thing. Hopefully he gets on tonight. Doesn't have any issues. Last night he didn't have any, so these I'm gonna use those on the next. Am I going? Yeah. I'm debating. Do I want to finish? This did take under Yeah, I'll leave those out. I'll go ahead and finish up that other bracelet tonight when we get done here. And then pull back out, like I said, my inlay so I can get it going, because I really want to get it finished up here and be able to show it off Saturday, hopefully. So let me just move these on out of the way. Yeah, because see, I've just got it sitting right up here, just kind of rolled it up out of the way, so wasn't in camera view per se. I guess it was on the side camera. And these are the black eyes. I did take them out of my supplies that I was using for the inlay, but I don't have any more black ice actually in my color layout since I'm so close to the bottom. Basically in about, I mean, there are a few odder colors on the edge, but right now I'm working on like 40 and 50 in the middle that's just the same colors. So yeah, I'm going to have to find that little strip I was doing earlier. I don't know where I put it. Test strip. Like I said, I got the... It was a longer piece of 4-in-1 that I was doing on it, so I got a longer starter part, but then I started working the colors, so I did 3 rows of colors. And I was like, well, this is much simpler, so that's why I stopped. I was like, I don't want to continue on. I was going to do it on the stream with that, but, you know, I like to start the weave from scratch, in case anybody has any questions or thoughts or anything on the stream. So I guess since we're kind of at that point, I guess it would be a good time to close up. If my mouse was working properly, I'd put a link into Josh's, or Sean's stream, and now it's, this mouse, I swear, it just can't make up its mind. Sometimes it wants to, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see if I can easily grab, you know, this is a little more difficult. I used to do this on the laptop, but a little more difficult to do it on this setup without the laptop in the mix. To grab a link, might have to stand up and go over there real quick too. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I just want to grab the link, put it in here, so you can go over and check out Millworks. Like I said, Sean's a great guy. He does some cool stuff on his streams. He does regular chainmailing, but his business is more in the printed chainmail items. So I'm going to do a copy there, and hopefully, let's see. Can I make a? I've never tried to make a post in this view. Can I write a comment? Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and post a thing to Mailworks, but I can't push enter. Can't send it from the mouse, obviously. Okay, so we'll try that. There we go. So anybody that sees this for watching later, you know, and you come across, you can head over there, check out Mailworks. He's got some cool items if you're into chainmail printed items. Or you can watch his stream. Like I said, he does actual chainmail in his streaming, so. And we normally get a nice group of people over there, chatting away. Kind of like the same with Joshua's for Bracken Mail, you know. There's a good crew of us that kind of rotate around between them all. So we're going to go ahead and kind of start closing up for tonight. I want to thank everybody that's joined us. If you watching us live, or if you're watching the video later. Either way is great. Even if it's just for a little bit, you know, drop in, say hey, see what's going on, check it out. We'll be back tomorrow night with doing the inlay. Like I said, I hope I can get to a point of finishing it up tomorrow. I'd like to finish it up during the stream, other than making the temporary holder I'm going to make for it, the mount and the hanger, or I'm just going to do a temporary hang on it right now, because like I said, it's one piece of a several piece item once it gets done. And Saturday I plan on doing the full show on that. I'm going to try to probably make it somewhat early on a Saturday. Hopefully I can get all the video and stuff done and converted and all that good stuff. So, you know, the mouse worked for half a second, like I said, to show the link. And there we go again. Then it stopped working, then it works, and it doesn't. So again, thanks for everybody that's joined us. Check us out again tomorrow night. We'll be back on tomorrow, and again on Saturday to finish up the inlay stuff. And as always, thank everybody again, and you all have a great night. We'll see you later.